All right. Take 137. Okay. Been trying to shoot this video on the drive home. Ran out of space on my phone like 300 times. Tried to shoot it in my driveway. Edited some stuff together. Didn't upload it, deleted it from my phone. So, car chat will be taking place in house chat mode. So welcome back, you sexy devils. I'm here again. We got a question today from Cody Jacobs on our Facebook about the process of writing quality prog rock riffs and quality lyrics. First of all, with guitar riffs, my first piece of advice is to be selective about what you choose in your songs. You can write 100 riffs a week, and probably about 50 of them are going to be really good, and about 5 of them are going to be really good. You know, you want to keep only the riffs that you play and you're like, whoa, this is something special. And record that riff. Listen back to it a week later. If that riff doesn't hit you the same way that it did initially when you were playing it, it's probably because it was only fun to play and not fun to listen to. If you like it, that'll be one of the riffs in your song. If it's a verse riff, you can build ahead of that based on what would lead you to that point. Or if it sounds like an intro, that sets the tone for the entire song, and then you can kind of steer people down a path that you've chosen for them. A lot of rock songs kind of give you a predictable path. You know, they drive to the store the same way every time. If you're trying to write a prog rock song, your goal should be to take them there the most enjoyable way possible, not the fastest. So be unique about the way you approach it. How do you write those unique riffs? There's a few ways you can do it. Number one is to use a unique melodic approach. You can write songs in minor scales and major scales, and they're going to have a very predictable, one-dimensional tonality to them. If you use some more unique and interesting scales and keys, such as harmonic minors, Locrian modes, Ionian modes, Mixolydian modes, they have a much more three-dimensional, unique sound, especially when laid over other scales. So that's a great way to write some interesting riffs. Melodically speaking, the predominant thing that I try to do when I write riffs is come up with a unique riff rhythmically. Coheed and Cambria uses this approach a lot, but you take a time signature that's been overused, like 4/4. The reason it's been overused is because everybody uses it, but also because a lot of people approach 4/4 in the same way. If you take a 4/4 time signature and divide it into 64th notes, you have a lot of options on where to accent what, and you can create this interesting take on 4/4 that might not even sound like 4/4 to other people. Because a lot of people identify time signatures based on the rock that they have, which is why I usually use 4/4, 6/4, 10/4, 12/4. I kind of avoid like 7/8 and things like that because they have a strange kind of swing to them that can be cool, but you lose that rock, that pound that a 4/4 has, or a 4-based, a quarter note based time signature. I like to liken that approach to, you have a canvas that's 12 inches by 12 inches. You can choose to fill that entire canvas in with a landscape centered symmetrically in the paper, or you can choose to use the top quarter of the paper and paint something using negative space to create this more interesting, aesthetically pleasing picture. So, on to lyrics, I guess. Usually, if you've chosen the guitar riffs right and structured the song in a way that you're happy with, there's a kind of there's a mood and a tone emotionally that's set by that music. I usually like to ask myself either A, what experience in my life? Oh, geez, man, my phone's giving me. Don't do it, phone. Don't you do it. But I like to ask myself, what experience personally can I relate to this, or what story does this want me to tell? And a good approach to writing quality lyrics is the same approach to writing quality guitar riffs. Choose a more interesting way of emphasizing your notes. Don't do a standard, based off the rhythm kind of approach. I also try to avoid rhyming, and I try to make my melodic lines seamless based off of their melody alone. Killswitch Engage, Howard Jones does that a lot, and that as well creates a uniquer voice to your words. Another thing I like to do is I like to avoid using overused metaphors, but if I do, I like to take kind of a Dr. Seuss approach and switch the way that metaphor is phrased. And I like to liken when you're writing lyrics to a song, you should be thinking of it in the same way when you're writing a love note to your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your cat, your dog, your neighbors, your teacher, whatever. You could write on the paper, I like your butt, I want to kiss your mouth real bad. But that's obviously not going to get them to let you kiss their mouth. So we've all been in a position similar to that before. You choose words with a connotation that set a sexual atmosphere, and you choose a more eloquent approach, which yields, more likely mouth kissing and butt squeezing. So when you're writing a song, whatever mood you're trying to set, choose that path. And as you write it, keep that in mind. My phone's about to run out of space again, and I have to do this again. I'm going to blow my brains out. But thank you for asking that question, Cody Jacobs. It's a great question. It's humbling that you thought to ask us instead of asking a professional, because we're obviously just idiots. Hopefully that answered your question. There's going to be a lot more stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Beep boop, beep boop. Have a nice night.